See if I can zoom in more. I know I can, but my fingers don't work. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. There we go. Let's see if we can zoom in. That's kind of cool. Look at that. Can you talk to me? Can you hear me? Jesus loves me. Oh, you know Jesus. You know Jesus. Jesus is awesome, isn't he? Yes, he is.
This is Dabu 7. You were looking at an aerial view above the Palisades fire in California. This thing is absolutely out of control. The cause unknown, 0% contained. This is a mystery object that comes into the frame here. This was caught live, where this object that looks like a UFO or a missile comes flying into the frame. You can see it changes the trajectory. What is that? What is going on here? With all the orbs, drones, and the stuff in the sky, the UAPs, UFOs, whatever you want to call them, this is very interesting because this thing's flying around through the smoke just like a UFO would. Now, this is what it looks like around Los Angeles. Apocalyptic.
Never, ever seen anything like this. I've been living here for 6 years. There's so much smoke that it is blocking the sun. You can actually see it.
All right, thank you, Gail. And speaking of the Palisades fire, you are looking live from Sky 5. And as you can see, this fire went 11,800 acres at last report, and it doesn't look like it's slowing down.
Yeah, these are live images from our Sky 5 helicopter. Rich Prickett is above it all. Hi, Rich.
All right, thank you, Gail. And speaking of the Palisades fire, you are looking live from Sky 5. And as you can see, this fire went 11,800 acres at last report, and it doesn't look like it's slowing down.
Yeah, these are live images from our Sky 5 helicopter. Rich Prickett is above it all. Hi, Rich.
But this is odd. 2 UFOs seen on news coverage of Los Angeles fires. Look at this. What?
What is this purple thing right here? You tell me. What the fuck is going on? It's spinning.
The fuck is that?
And then watch when I pan over here in a second. And this is all live screen footage from Los Angeles.
The fuck is that shit?
That is swirling.
And then what the fuck is that shit, bro? What is that?
Yeah, I got the map with you.
What is this purple thing?
Mate, I'm guaranteeing you, I've not even seen that bit. I saw this pink bit, and that's what I do. When people send me stuff, I go, oh Christ, I'm going to save that. I haven't even seen this blue thing.
And this is all live screen footage from Los Angeles.
The fuck is that shit? Spinning around. And then what the fuck
And then what the fuck is that shit, bro? What is that?
Is it a reflection? No, man, because look at the distance of the camera.
Yeah, I got the map.
Well, hang on, is it? Hang on a second. What the hell? That doesn't seem like a reflection of anything down here. Hang on, wait. Yeah, because that's going behind the cloud.
What is this purple thing right here?
What the hell, man? And that's not all. Again, this is something I've just literally seen the screenshot, so I'm going to show you. Another alleged dark UFO spotted in the smoke during Los Angeles Palisades fire. By the way, the other one was from... I like to call out because it's only fair. Oh, Shorty again. Thanks, mate. He's like my own private, like, I don't know what you call it, PA, personal assistant. Like, cheers, Shorty. Red Panda Koala. Sorry, Red Panda Koala. The other one was the Tupacabra, Tupacabra. Right, look at this one. This dark shadow.
Something strange in the sky. It's above the fire right now in Santa Monica.
It's a kite.
Santa Monica.
It's a kite?
Yeah, it's a kite. I can see by its shape it's a kite.
There's
Oh,
the
so it's a
fire.
kite? Who would be...
Direction it's going.
Who would be flying a kite right now like that?
It's very bright.
It does look like a kite.
I don't know what that is.
It's not a kite. It's not. It's just flying around.
It's... Mate, are you kidding me? Look at the size of this thing. Fair enough, it's black, so you can't really... And there's no colour into it, so you can't really decipher how far this thing is. But look at the size of that thing, mate. It's the size as a building. Okay, the building's further away. And people are going to say it's like that thing from, what's it called, Harry Potter. Can't remember what you call it. Never watched the Harry Potters.
It's not a kite.
Seen the first one.
Just fly away.
It was enough for me.
It's moving.
Sorry if I've offended some people. I should give it a chance, really. It's just I thought he was a crap magician. Like, wizard. Right? The only thing he can do is disappear, and he gets given the cloak. She was better than him, the little blonde girl. Anyway, that is odd.
If it's just me, but for the last few days I have been having this weird feeling like something big is about to happen, right? Like this weird feeling of impending doom. I have been having this crazy feeling like in my belly. I don't know what it is, okay? To be brutally honest, I feel like something is already happening. And here's why. For the last few days, there have been crazy reports of dense, thick fog in many states all over America, in addition to the UK. Now, this is not your regular fog because a lot of people have been reporting that they have been seeing some weird type of mist coming out of the sky with this fog, okay? In addition to that, there have been 4 plane crashes, y'all, within the last 5 days, okay? 3 of those plane crashes occurred within the last 24 hours. You had one on Christmas Day in Kazakhstan, and then within the last 24 hours, you had one in South Korea, Nova Scotia, as well as Norway. In addition to that, y'all, so many people have been reporting this weird sickness, whereas though they're having muscle soreness, sore throat, body aches, nausea, vomiting, dizziness, the whole 9. And they said that this sickness had just been coming out of nowhere. I don't know about you, but I feel like something big is happening or about to happen, and these people just are not telling us. What are your thoughts? Okay,
Calling in all reinforcements. Need your help on this one. My friend who lives in East Texas woke up today and this is what was in her pool. Now, she's lived in this property for over 11 years. Never has had anything like this happen before. No, she did not change any chemical regimen in her pool. The only thing that she says that was kind of weird was there was some really odd fog yesterday. But I've tried to look it up too. I can't find anything that would lead to anything like this happening or any reaction with water.
This is a new one. Let me show you what my new one looks like. This is a new one, okay? It's a MERV 11 filter. Now, keep in mind, I just changed this filter like a month ago. Let me show you the one that I'm about to pull out. What? What in the actual fuck? Look at this filter, y'all. I've never pulled out a filter this dark in my life. This is not normal. It's black. Look at the new one. Oh my God, y'all. Oh my God. This is fucking crazy. I'm sorry. This isn't normal, yo. It's not normal. This fog is not normal. This is not normal.
Back with the fog. The fog is not really here. But this white powdery stuff is still coming. When you push it together, that is what you get. So, it is rainy sleet today, but the particles are still there between the water. And when you rub it, you can see, look, it's just this, it's this white liquid now mingling. So whatever is mingling with the water, if that's normal rain to you, and you think that it's just mist, you seriously need to get your head tested. As far as I'm concerned, we are absolutely being poisoned.
Came across some really scary and shocking news. The fog is actually a problem. What you're about to hear is crazy. Like, this is mind-blowing. Air quality alert. Florida air quality alert in effect through tonight. Residents advised to take precautions. Residents across Hillsborough County are under an air quality alert through midnight Wednesday due to elevated fine particle levels. Main pollutant. Now just pay attention to this part right here. Look. You see this right here? PM 2.5 concentration is currently 2.1 times the World Health Organization annual PM 2.5 guideline value. So I didn't know what PM 2.5 was, but I'm gonna look it up with you right now so you don't have to go Google it yourself. What is PM 2.5? PM 2.5 refers to particle matters with a diameter of 2.5 micrometers or less. These are tiny particles that can be inhaled and penetrate deep into the lungs. PM 2.5 is a major air pollutant that can cause various health problems, including respiratory infections, heart disease, and cancer. Now, why wouldn't that be all over the headlines of the news? Why wouldn't news outlets be saying, hey, residents, stay inside your homes? There's something outside right now in the air that can cause cardiovascular issues, respiratory infections, and cancer. Don't you think that your media news outlets should be telling you stuff like that? So let's see what ChatGPT had to say about this. So here's what I asked. Is it abnormal that Florida has had a heavy, thick fog over the last 4 days straight, and the fog has visible particles which look like snow? Also, government websites have released statements that the air should be avoided and not breathed in, as the air quality level across the state of Florida has a chemical called PM 2.5 in it, which can be harmful if inhaled. I've lived in Florida for 40 years and never seen or heard of this, but recently, with all these unknown drones being spotted all around the place, this is also going on. Here's ChatGPT's response. Are you ready? The situation you described, persistent heavy fog in Florida with visible particles resembling snow, along with warnings about PM 2.5 levels, is highly unusual and could have several explanations. Let's break it down. Weather-related factors. Fog in Florida. Florida is known for its high humidity, which can produce fog. However, persistent thick fog lasting several days is uncommon, especially if it has unusual visual characteristics like snow-like particles. PM 2.5 air quality warnings. These particles can be made up of dust, dirt, soot, or chemicals, and are small enough to penetrate deep into the lungs or even enter the bloodstream. Prolonged exposure to high levels of PM 2.5 can cause respiratory and cardiovascular problems. Source of PM 2.5. Natural sources include wildfires, dust storms, or volcanic activity, though not typical in Florida. We haven't had any wildfires, no dust storms, no volcanic activity, so scratch out the natural sources. Human sources. Industrial emissions, vehicle exhaust, agricultural activities, or chemical releases. You want me to read that again for you? Chemical releases. Atmospheric events. A recent industrial incident, a chemical spill, or even distant wildfires could release particles into the atmosphere that are carried over long distances. And then number 3, unusual visual snow-like particles. Particles visible to the naked eye are typically larger than PM 2.5, which makes this even more unusual. Possible sources include ash or industrial fallout. Ash from fires or chemical plants could settle in the air and resemble snow. Chemical precipitate. If specific chemical reactions are occurring in the atmosphere due to pollutants or aerosols, they might create unusual particle formations. Unknown environmental factors. Unexplained phenomena, like those potentially linked to high drone activity, remain speculative but worth noting, given the context. Government warning and drones. Government statements on air quality. Public warnings about avoiding outdoor air due to PM 2.5 are rare in Florida, which typically has good air quality. The timing of these warnings alongside visible particles in the fog is suspicious and suggests a significant environmental or industrial event. ChatGPT just said the timing of these warnings alongside the visible particles that everybody is seeing and uploading is suspicious. Why this is unusual for Florida. Florida is not known for consistent thick fog or poor air quality. The combination of phenomenon, especially with visible particles and government warnings, it's highly irregular. It's highly irregular. The lack of a clear natural explanation like wildfires or volcanic eruptions makes this more concerning. Conclusion. The situation is highly unusual and may indicate a combination of environmental and possibly human-made factors. The PM 2.5 warnings, snow-like particles, and persistent fog suggest a need for transparency from authorities, which we have not gotten about anything that's gone on in the last 3 weeks. There is PM 2.5 in the air, some kind of chemical particle that I've never even heard of. There's a couple different websites that said there was a warning out and telling people not to go and breathe this stuff in, but I didn't really see any news coverage on that. Did you? Did anybody tell you, hey, it's not safe to go outside and breathe this stuff in? They didn't say it to me. I had to find it myself, and that's why I'm sharing it with you guys.
You have all these really strange videos like that. And you have this strange fog, of course, of recent. I'm curious if it has something to do with the drones and orbs. I don't know. Or is it just some strange coincidence that we have this weird fog in a lot of different places? Getting over to this other topic of this, a lot of weird stuff going on with planes of recent. We had this guy, I showed this on a previous video. I think maybe my last video I showed this. Actually, I don't even know if I don't think I showed it on this channel, but I showed it on my other channel, God Rules 2. This Chinese guy basically freaking out mid-flight, wanting to open the door, and the things he says are very, very strange. Let's just put it that way. And this is in Chinese, so you're not going to understand what he's saying. They're saying, what is he doing? Right? That's what the passengers are saying amongst themselves. Let me just turn this down. What happened? Someone trying to open the door. That's what he's asking. That's the guy. That's the guy screaming that's trying to open the door. They are hollow earth, inhabitants. This is what he literally is saying. He just said that. What in the world, bro? This is the 6th loop. He says he's stuck in a time loop, apparently. And he's living the same day over and over. Please open the door for me. What? Mid-flight. It says, why are you afraid of the police? Police are here. People are here also. He says something about accident is going to happen. There's going to be a plane accident, he says. And this was literally on the 28th, this came out. And then next 3 days, there were several accidents. And I'm going to show you that in a second. So this guy is actually sort of prophetic in what he says. He then talks about that strange thing that happened to Malaysia airline, MH370, where it disappeared and they never found it. I don't know if you guys ever saw that video. Here's a video, allegedly a video of it, from a satellite. You can see the plane there. It gets approached by a number of orbs and they start rotating around it. And then it disappears, apparently. Now, I don't know if this is real. I don't know if it's fake. But this is something someone put out saying this is what happened to the flight. It literally disappeared. This man, kind of like this lady here. Remember this lady? He's not real, pointing at some person on the plane, right? This guy, of course, is not saying that. Instead, he's saying there's hollow, Earth inhabitants, which is like, bro, seriously? Which is really interesting, too, because I showed this in my video on my other channel. There is a, do I have it open here? I have some other crazy stuff to show, by the way. I have a lot of stuff. There's this sinkhole that opened up in New Jersey, not far from the city. I think it's about 30 miles away. So it's sort of a far out suburb, I guess you would say, little town, Wharton. And of course, there's all these legends that these lizard, of course, people live under the ground and stuff like that, right? And there also is a lot of, if you ever watch the TV show The X-Files, they talk about them living, deep down, of course, underground, talking about, aliens or whatever, right? So it is strange. He mentions hollow, Earth, and then this happened. It just seems so weird.
So just this morning, I came across this really weird article on Medium titled, I work at NOAA, extraterrestrials are under the oceans. There isn't really like an author, but this really piqued my interest and I just want to share it with you guys. So most world governments with functioning navies and competent ocean studies know this presence well, at least for decades. Some of the things this person says in here is, I don't know. It's interesting. UAP stands for unidentified anomalous phenomenon, meaning it can go in multiple domains. Anyways, whenever insiders discover something that doesn't fit with the status quo, they file it away without further investigation. We've seen and recorded some pretty weird stuff with various ocean equipment. Believe it or not, we still use the multi-beam sonar method developed in the late 1970s. Combined with more advanced side-scan sonar for the most extreme depths, we have an unmistakable picture of what lies below, despite the narration provided to the audience. I guess that means the public. Multi-beam sonar. This is where it gets really weird. I have personally heard the recordings of the beings and their vessels. As we have observed them, their means appear to be at least partially organic. They can survive outside their ships without any apparent apparatus. Their vessels can enter and exit any substantial body of water without disturbing the surface or displacing water. They are humanoids. I'm not sure how this person knows this. Their ships travel through the water as fast as they travel through the atmosphere. Speeds of 200 knots have been recorded underwater. Let this be digested. The sea's fastest known creature is the sailfish, which can travel at around 60 knots. The sounds emitted by these beings resemble the typical dolphin whistles, clicks, and what we call burst impulses, but with a much higher frequency. This oddity has led to hypotheses that these beings may have originated here and have lived in the oceans all this time. Perhaps they were brought here by another planet with oceans. A little bit speculatory. And then the person goes on to say, this is the limit of my knowledge, and this is weird, what I like publishing.
There's been a lot of excitement about these holes. One of the things we're all interested in is how almost perfectly aligned these are, and the regularity of the spacing of the holes and the size of the holes themselves.
And the shape of the holes. I will still say the angularity, the rectangularness.
Right, I agree. I mean, my first thought also is that that looks something man-made. They're so perfectly spaced. I mean, why would it always be that spacing? If you look in the fossil record, there are also indications of similar sorts of features. And so this suggests that there's an organism that has been making these sorts of features for a very long time. In the paper that Mike Vecchione and his colleague wrote, they were at about 2,000 meters, I believe.
Crazy, there's something that just went from right to left to right in a blink and then flashes lights 3-4 times and vanished.
Okay, well, I had an airplane cross from right to left, E-175, and now there's another one, 777 up there high off the right side that descended to 28. That might be those two aircraft, I'm not sure.
This thing went 180 degrees in like a second.
Oh, goodness. All right. Yeah, let me know if you see it again. We'll make a report.
Well, the details, it literally went from one coast to the other in front of us, and then it went up like 30 degrees, turned off its lights, or whatever it had. It looked like it's a bright orangey thing, and then since we spoke to you last, it flashed us like 3-4 times, and we are still looking at it now. And then since we spoke to you last, it flashed us like 3-4 times, and we are still looking at it now.
So where is it roughly if I was to give you a traffic call?
I would say probably 60, 80 miles in front of us, and it looks like it's coming, I don't know, it's flashing towards us. But it is definitely not an airplane. It doesn't have a strobe lights or anything on it. It's just this bright orange going on and off. Yep, this definitely wasn't an airplane.
So this pilot...
Bro, what is that?
There's a third one.
Yo, look at this shit on the camera. Why is it two different colors?
Bro,
record that shit.
I am.
There's a third one.
Oh my god.
What the fuck is going on?
Oh my fucking god, dude.
There's a plane coming underneath it, so it can't be...
These might just be...
No, that ain't no plane, yo. You can see a plane. We just got a plane cut. It's flashing. Oh, we got a plane. That ain't no plane. Bro.
Take still shots, too, can you?
What the fuck is that, dude?
Why the fuck did they just...
It just made a perfect triangle. It made a fucking triangle.
Bro.
Whoa, bro. Oh, my God. We actually caught a fucking UFO.
Yo, what the fuck is this?
Oh, my God.
That's a real shit.
Oh, my God.
We almost left too fucking early, too.
I told you, motherfuckers.
What the fuck is in it?
Oh, they're swirling around.
Are they gonna line back?
Oh my god.
What is going on right now, bro?
No way! Yo! No way. You got good footage? Good footage? Oh, they fucking! The shit fucking crashed! Yo! What?
was 11:08, was that?
Oh my fucking god, I'm freaking out.
What time is this? Come on. 11:13. So 11:10. Maybe it's just a glitch within a few minutes. Well, clearly it's all around 11. I'm wondering. I know I'm, probably watching too many movies now. But what time did that crash happen? It was in the evening. Was it around this time? Oh, mate, that's weird to think, right? If a drone crashed and then this happened on the radio.
The hell is that?
What?
What the fuck?
For years, a tantalizing snippet of footage has circulated on social media, showing glowing orbs near a military base in Afghanistan. Now, the full 10-minute version of this encounter has surfaced, and it's raising even more questions about the mysterious objects. The newly released video, shared on Reddit by Entire Thought, offers an extended look at these unidentified aerial phenomena and their strange behaviour. The video captures glowing, multicoloured orbs hovering outside a military base. At first, their rigid formation and bright, shifting colours are perplexing enough, but the most shocking moment comes at around the 45-second mark. Watch. A missile is launched at the orbs, hitting them directly. Instead of being destroyed, however, the objects remain completely unaffected. The footage later switches from FLIR, forward-looking infrared, to normal vision, confirming that these glowing objects are not conventional drones or flares, but luminous, hovering spheres. The footage has reignited the debate about the nature of UAPs. Some viewers suggest this could just be a standard military exercise involving advanced training targets, arguing that the orbs might be a high-tech decoy designed to test missile systems. However, skeptics of this theory point out that the orbs' apparent invulnerability and their rigid, synchronized movements seem far more advanced than typical military technology.
Let's talk about Google's Willow chip, a quantum computer so powerful it's making scientists question reality itself. Willow didn't just break records, it shattered them. It solved a problem in under 5 minutes that would take the fastest supercomputers on Earth 10 septillion years to finish. And here's the twist. Some scientists think this quantum magic might involve parallel universes, where calculations happen across multiple realities at the same time. In this video, we'll break it all down: what Willow achieved, why the multiverse is suddenly part of the conversation, and why some experts remain skeptical. Google's Willow chip is a 105-qubit quantum processor. Now, if you're wondering why that's a big deal, let's start with the basics. Classical computers use bits, zeros and ones, to process information. Quantum computers, on the other hand, use qubits, which leverage two principles of quantum mechanics: superposition and entanglement. Superposition means qubits can exist as both 0 and 1 at the same time, while entanglement connects qubits so that changing one affects the others instantly, no matter how far apart they are. What does this mean? It means quantum computers can process an enormous number of possibilities simultaneously, something that classical computers simply can't do. And Willow's recent achievement takes this concept to a whole new level. Here's what happened. Willow was tasked with solving something called a random distribution benchmark. Essentially, it had to generate outputs based on extremely complex and entangled quantum patterns. Classical computers? Forget it. This task would take them 10 septillion years. That's a 1 with 25 zeros behind it. Willow did it in under 5 minutes. This result isn't just about speed. It's about proving that quantum computers can tackle problems that classical computers find impossible. Scientists call this quantum supremacy, the point where a quantum system outperforms even the most advanced classical machines. Google first claimed quantum supremacy back in 2019 with a 50-qubit chip. That chip solved a problem in 200 seconds, which they said would take classical systems 10,000 years. IBM later challenged that claim, saying a classical computer could do it in days. This time, Willow's leap to 105 qubits makes its achievement exponentially more powerful. Every additional qubit doubles the processing power, so Willow isn't just twice as good, it's orders of magnitude ahead of its predecessor. And there's more. Willow incorporates cutting-edge error correction techniques to address one of quantum computing's biggest challenges: fragility. Quantum systems are incredibly sensitive. Tiny environmental changes can cause errors. Google's advancements in stabilizing Willow mean that quantum systems are becoming more reliable, and that's a critical step toward practical quantum computing. What does this all mean for the future? Well, right now, Willow's task was purely theoretical, but this kind of power could revolutionize fields like cryptography, drug discovery, and even climate modeling. It's a milestone, a glimpse of the possibilities that lie ahead. Now, let's talk about what's really blowing people's minds: parallel universes. It sounds like something out of a Marvel movie, but the idea actually comes from serious physics, specifically a concept known as the multiverse hypothesis. Here's the deal. Quantum mechanics tells us that particles can exist in multiple states at once. This is superposition. But when we observe or measure them, they seem to collapse into a single state. That's how most physicists explain it. But David Deutsch, a pioneer of quantum theory, proposed something radically different. What if those other possibilities don't disappear? What if they exist in separate parallel universes? According to Deutsch's many worlds interpretation, every outcome of a quantum event happens, but in its own universe. For example, imagine flipping a coin. In our universe, it's heads, but in another universe, it's tails. Now scale that idea up to a quantum computer. When a quantum system performs a calculation, it explores multiple solutions simultaneously. The multiverse hypothesis suggests that this happens across different universes, with each universe handling part of the computation. And this is where Willow comes in. Its ability to solve a problem so complex, so quickly, makes some scientists wonder if it really is tapping into parallel worlds. Imagine billions of versions of Willow working together across infinite universes, with the final answer popping up in our reality. Sounds insane? Maybe. but it's one way to explain quantum computing's almost magical speed. Of course, not everyone agrees. The Copenhagen interpretation, which is the most widely accepted view, argues that quantum states are just probabilities. When you measure a system, the wave function collapses into one state. No need for parallel universes. So, are quantum computers like Willow harnessing the power of the multiverse, or are they just really good at manipulating probabilities? We don't know for sure, but the possibility that quantum computers could offer the first practical evidence of a multiverse is enough to keep the scientific community